Nation! Utah!
Welcome back to another episode of Slapshot Utah on this beautiful Palm Sunday for everyone who celebrates. Leroy, it's really good to see you, but before we even start, regardless of wherever you stand in America, I got to send out our deepest prayers and everyone that has military that are serving in this war that's happening now. So God bless our troops. God bless America. And I hope everything comes out great, Leroy. We're sending our deepest prayers and everything. Please come home safe if you're listening over there. Please come home safe, baby. Leroy, how are you doing, man?
I am doing good. I am feeling fine. I am freaking pumped up. I am tusks up after that fantastic win against the hapless Los Angeles Kings of Inglewood last night. Welcome
That was
to Slapshot.
insane.
That's great. We just buried him. I mean, look, we're gonna get on the whole emotional roller coaster that was this week. Since the last time we talked to you. But I will say, I think we're in the rocking chair, baby. Preds lost yesterday. Preds have to play the Tampa Bay Lightning today. Utah holding on to that first place wild card spot. I'm getting excited for the playoffs, John. I really am.
I am too, dude. So, yeah, going off what you just said, how insane was that? So, we had Brandon on last week, and all we were talking about is like, we're going to win 3 games, and then we're going to lose. It's a scheduled loss to the Kings, which the exact opposite happened. So, if you're a longtime listener of Slapshot Utah, just bet exactly against anything that John says, because last night was an absolute dog walk. I think we led the game, I think, for 57 minutes or something, like something crazy. We
Yeah.
get Veggie's 33rd win on the year. It was an absolute we looked awesome last night.
Yeah, and as soon as people start complaining about Logan Cooley, oh my gosh, he's never been the same since he came back. Well, there you go. Had a goal the other night, cut a couple goals against the Kings. Of course, our dude Kerfoot with a couple goals against the Kings.
Curfew looked good.
Kings fans on suicide watch. I mean,
So let's take it back though. Let's go back a week. Let's go
Yeah.
back a week before we move too fast, because while we can make fun of all the Kings fans we want, they had our number last Sunday. What do you think happened in that game last Sunday, Lee? You were at the game, if I'm not mistaken. We all were.
Well, yeah, I was at the game. Well, we lost control of that game. But we got it back. I mean, we won it in overtime, right?
Yeah.
So it felt like we were kind of dominating that game, let it slip away from us. We took care of business. We came back in overtime. It was too bad that we let the Kings have the point. But look, Tuesday we had to go play the Oilers, Thursday the Caps, and well, that part didn't go too well. And the Oilers game was almost difficult to remember what the crap happened after we watched that Capitals game and all the drama that was in that dog.
So let's step away from the actual hockey aspect of it. Was the Edmonton game was the game where the free T-shirts were out, right?
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Let's indulge.
All right.
Does no one want to wear the T-shirts? Should hockey games be rally towels only, or should we put T-shirts out? What is your opinion? I'll tell you mine after.
Okay, well, my opinion is, that game, my brother and his daughter had the tickets that night, so I didn't go to the Edmonton game, so I couldn't see exactly what the rally towel shirt action was. It didn't seem like a whiteout from the television broadcast.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
even understand what the point of that is. I'm fine with rally towels, but I don't know. What were you there? How did it go?
Wasn't there, watched it on TV just like you.
Okay. Okay.
Here's my opinion. Only do towels. Only do towels. Because as like we like to joke about, as the biggest Utah Mammoth hockey podcast, not by numbers, but by mass alone, I'm not fitting in your size large t-shirt that you put on my chair. Now, I am a team player, so I'll put it around my neck. Like I'll put
Yeah.
like but like it doesn't fit me. And
Yeah.
not to mention, like people pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these sweet mammoth sweaters. Why do I want to cover it up with your cheap $7 Tusks Up print t-shirt? Get
I
me a rally towel and I'll whip that thing around all three periods. You know, and no one put them on. And like I got a tweet and I got a lot of we'll call it feedback. That I was like, I hate these fucking business bros that are always right on the glass in their bullshit fucking good feet fucking golf shirts or whatever the fuck. And they never buy into the team. I hate it. Now, you're right. I should buy the glass tickets if I am a fan. But no, I'm still gonna complain about it, motherfucker. So, oh fuck. We made it 6 minutes.
Wait, we made it 6 minutes. Look, I mean, my wife comes to the game with me maybe 3 or 4 times a year. You know, it's like a date night for us. And you're thinking that when we get there, she got her hair all put together and's got her blouse and everything on, trying to look cute for the Mammoth game. And we're going to like put some shitty white t-shirt over. Like, people don't go for that. I agree 100%. Let's just go for the cum rags. You give us the cum rags. We'll wave those fuckers around. We'll go bananas with them.
Things, but
I think that
yeah. But awful loss to Edmonton. I mean, me and Brandon, let's look at the scores. We all predicted that we would win that game, and none of us. Oh no, you actually, you were right. You predicted a 4-1 loss in that game.
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah,
We got beat.
A 4-1 loss. Yeah, well, we got our ass beat.
Yeah, there was a minute there during the Kings game I was feeling fucking brilliant because I predicted a 3-2 win. Didn't I say that if you score 3 goals against the Kings, you're going to win? And then they proved me wrong.
You picked 3-2. I picked 3-2 in overtime. But then we move on to my biggest gripe of the week. And I got a gripe with you motherfuckers out there. Then we played the Washington Capitals, which we classically always beat the Washington Capitals. And you know what? I get it. Alex Ovechkin, it's like watching Michael Jordan on skates. I get it. But there were more hats on that fucking ice than when Schmaltzy scored his hat trick at home. And that was a fucking embarrassment from the Utah fan base.
Yeah, Utahns, you know, if you continue to treat this like a novelty show, like the circus has come to town, like a celebrity tour, you're going to get the same kind of experience with the organization that the Coyotes have. And, you know, I'm not about physically threatening anybody. I'm not about starting shit at the game too much. But I'll tell you what, I think you guys, you people, you freaks wearing the opposing team's colors in our barns, you should be made to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mammoth fan, you should know that we don't, it's not that we just don't like it. We don't like you.
Exactly. And it's just like how I touched on this in last episode when I was in Dallas. It was so dope to see a 99% fan base barn. But you know what? I didn't walk around talking crazy shit, even though we won 6. Hey, you guys outnumber me, buddy. And here's the thing that always bugs me about Utah. Always bugged me about Utah. You dumb motherfuckers. You act like the rest of the country's gonna accept you. Oh, look, I'm a cool guy. I'm from Utah, but like, I respect hockey history. They're never gonna accept us, people. They're never going to accept us. We're the Utah. We're the weird. We're run by the Mormons. Ooh, scary, isn't it? Like, stop fucking feeding up to these dweebs, man. We got to start our own culture. And that's what's beautiful about this Mammoth hockey. But every time, like, there was more hats. There were more hats than when Schmaltzy scored his hat trick, Leroy. And
Yeah.
I was livid when I saw, like, what are we doing, people? Like, grow some balls, represent your team, quit being a bitch, dude. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, for everyone who's a Capitals fan who saw Ovechkin score a hat trick, I mean, I get it.
It's cool.
He's an NHL legend, and that is really cool, but we gotta have some fucking dignity, okay?
To slip
Otherwise,
him up the barn, dude.
or we're always going to be the little brothers of the NHL. And so now is the time more than any other time not to accept the corporate sports line, not to behave. Now is the time more than any other time to let your Utah freak flag fucking fly proud and be
100%.
Salt Lake City, baby. And so
and touching on what you just said, the corporate, that's what's so lame. That's what's so lame. You guys are trying to suck up to these fucking lame ass corporate people. Look, I'm gonna go so off base, and that's not a pun intended, with this whole 999 thing that the MLB is finally doing. The 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings. If you watch MLB, dude, they're giving you a 4.5-ounce dog, which a normal dog, if you're a dog connoisseur like me, a glizzy guzzler, if you will, it's 9. So you're really, and they only give you 1 tall boy. So that just goes to show that when you let corporate and this stupid media group dictate what's going on in fandom, it makes it all stupid and lame, dude.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's, they're trying to take the authenticity of a sports experience in a sports town and package it up as marketable as possible. That's why I had my panties all in a bunch about the dirty sodas and the swig thing. It's not that it's not the dirty sodas. I think that's kind of cool. It's that everything has to tie back into some shit
Corporate
marketing
bullshit,
corner.
yeah.
Exactly. And so you're absolutely right. If we're going to digress into baseball really quickly, you've taken something that's actual a daunting challenge to drink 9 pints of beer, 9 full-size beer, 9 dogs, but instead you've infantilized it. You've happy mealed it, right? And you've turned it down into something that is no longer the authentic article. Utah, we want the genuine article. We don't want to be Orange County regurgitated and spit back out here in Draper or in Harriman. We want to be weird and keep it fucking weird. And that's what's so cool about clubbers. That's what's so cool about a cat like Brandon Hockenberry, is that it shows the fucking world that we're not trying to be your national suburb. Like, we're a real culture with real people and real weird fucking dudes and chicks. So anyways, when it comes to the Mammoth, I say just get wild with it. And I think we kind of got wild with it for the Caps game, right? Like, it didn't go our way, but it was really interesting how much playoff environment there was. John, what I was thinking about during that game while I was watching it, that was another one that my brother took, my niece.
He got those tickets, yeah.
Well, they used to live in Washington, so their secondary team is kind of the Caps, kind of like my old team is the Kings, their old king is, kind of the Caps. But however, they did wear Mammoth gear. I mean, they weren't one of these puds that showed up in red, right? But at any rate, I was watching it on TV and I was thinking to myself, yeah, you know what this feels like? It has a little bit of a playoff atmosphere because of the way the Capitals play. Look, earlier this season, at the end of the summer, we were talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs and whether or not the team that we saw as the Utah Hockey Club had what it took to compete and thrive in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And the answer that we both said was no. They just don't have the physicality that can play. But like when you watch some of these teams that succeed and they look a lot like the team that we played on Thursday night from Washington. And we kind of got our asses kicked. We played great the first period, but they came out and they played some different brand of hockey the Caps did that we're not good at, and we lost control of that game. And before you knew it, it was just a bloodbath.
100% agree. I also want to touch on the note of like, I completely like, I think you and me, I could speak for both of us in this sense of like, duh, I get we just barely got an NHL team. So, duh, our barn is never going to be 99%. So we probably need 10 years until we reach that moment. But like that Caps game, that was 50-50. That was a 50-50 barn.
It's a bad look.
There was a lot of red, and it did not look good, especially come playoffs, dude. Here's what sucks, dude. So we're competing for the wild card 1 spot, which we want to play the Pacific winner, right? If we get the wild card 2, we got to play our division winner, which is going to be the Avs. It's going to be a 50-50 barn, dude. And that's not a good look for a new franchise, man. And so it's like, pick your squad. And if you're a season ticket holder, quit selling them to fucking away team people, man. Go in, represent the team, do your thing. But like, well, I'll go back. That's the last thing I'll talk about, complaining about the fandom. But you're right. You're 100% right. The thing about our team is like, I love Spicy. I love McBain. I love the Sheriff. I love these. They get their ass beat every time they square up, man. Like, dude, we don't win a lot of fights. We're always the first one down on the ice. So
Boehner, yeah. O'Brien doesn't win any of them. Tuna doesn't win any of them. But
no, I haven't seen Tuna win one fight.
Okay, so Tanev has done nothing for us. But the missile of skating from center ice right into the back of Matt Roy was fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. So he went out there to start the shit, right? And there was some of all this fighting, there was some of it that felt a little bit like, you remember last season, Ovechkin went down here at the Delta Center when Boehner hit him and knocked his knee, right? And so you can still feel like maybe there's some kind of bad blood from that, which is why Tom Wilson went after McBain so hard and then even blew him the kiss in the sin bin.
Tom Wilson is a menace.
He's a piece of shit, man. He's an absolute menace.
We actually, we have a voicemail about Tom Wilson. Should we listen to it?
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. I think it's from our buddy Kurt. We'll see when I hear it. I'm doing a new thing where I'm trying not to listen to any of them before the podcast so we can live react. So let's listen.
Hey guys. Great big fuck you to Tom Wilson, that fucking goony son of a bitch that wants to fight everybody that lives in the penalty box, and all that garbage red that was in the DC last night. And for fuck's sake, can we find a goaltender? Can we at least give Jackson Stuber a look, bring him up from Tucson, see how well he does in that? Because VTech isn't doing it, Veggie's not doing it. I don't know what the hell's going on with this team. They need to figure it out, or we're going to miss the goddamn playoffs.
Hey.
Okay, I'll take that one, John, if you don't want it.
Go off.
Okay, I've got it loaded here about the goaltending. So look, Veggie's all right. He's all right, but I want to show you something here. The amount of shots on goal, and this is the amount of shots shot at the goaltender, right? Now, UC Saros is number 1 with the Preds. You've seen the no goals commercial, that guy, right? UC. Okay. He's got 1545. By far, he's got the most shots against him, 1545. Karel Vejmelka is second with 1450. Now, that's probably a consequence of Veggie kind of playing probably way too much, way more than he should be, right?
Yeah.
But also, look, guys, I know that we love Veggie. I know that we love him. I know he's our dude, but he's okay. He's middle of the road goaltending, okay? And he's not quite to that 900 save percentage, as we've spoke of in not in past episodes, at 900 save percentage, which is kind of the standard, kind of like hitting 300 in baseball. So, okay, so Vemelka's doing all right, but guys, Vanacek sucks. And so he's on a 1-year contract. Vanacek is going to be gone at the end of this year. They're not going to send him down to Tucson. All right. That's just not going to happen. So you're going to finish this season with Vejmelka and Vanacek, and Vejmelka is probably going to hold down a lot of this load. I agree that goaltending is pretty good, but not good enough for where we want to go. Now, I don't know
Leroy,
if you've noticed, Horrible has been signed, and he's going to Tucson.
How do you
What's
say
that?
it?
It's Horrible. I used to say Rabel, but it's Horrible. Michael Horrible.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to ask you, how do you feel about the Horrible is how you say it? I thought
Horrible.
It was Michael Hrabel.
Horrible, yeah. Horrible is how I've said it. I've said it Rabel, like the HR signs.
I hope he's not horrible.
It's horrible. Hey, all right, so here's my take on that. My brother was sending me texts this morning, and we were talking about the same thing. Look, here's the idea. Horrible is supposed to be the goaltender of the future for the Mammoth. All right, that's what the organization is thinking.
MVP last season.
He's going to be great. Yeah, okay. He's going to need a little seasoning. Okay. Vanacek is going to be gone after this seasoning. I believe that there's a possibility that maybe we sign somebody for 1 year to kind of fill the gap. But you can see what's going to happen is Vejmelka is signed through 2030. The idea is to have Vejmelka hold down the workload as much as he can until he eventually transitions into that backup spot where he's probably going to finish his career in the late 2020s. And the idea is that Horrible is going to be that guy. So hopefully, Kurt, I agree. We need better goaltending. Vejmelka is good, but he's not the star that we really need from a Stanley Cup, unless he ups his game somehow. But I agree. I think help is on the way long term. But fortunately, Vanacek is going to be almost certainly gone by the end of this season.
Yeah, I am right in line with you on that one. The thing about Veggie that's so interesting is that we touched on it a couple weeks ago where like he's starting the amount of games as like Hallebuck and these other like elite goalies that go down in probably Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And like, is his skill set there? I don't know. I can't really judge, but like, if you judge the numbers, it's crazy that we're having a goalie score or play 65, 70 games with his goal save percentage. It's just not what you would think would be elite.
Well, you still got to take into consideration on the big picture of everything, though, like how damn lucky we are to have Karel Vejmelka. I mean, think about it. With everything that was going down with, I almost forgot his name, Connor Ingram. He was supposed to be, he was supposed to be our dude. And all the issues in that inaugural season. Oh, we lucked out that Karel Vejmelka turned into the Karel Vejmelka that we have right now. And regardless of, like, it's somewhat of an early legend of the team. So, I mean, no hate against Veggie.
No, hey,
and I still...
We'll do this out of... Veggie.
Hey, I tell you what, we're really going to find out is in that first round of the playoff. And Big John, I'm talking about that first round of the playoff like it's going to happen. Dude. We're really going to find the Karel Vejmelka that we, we're really going to find who the real guy is when we start playing playoff hockey.
100%. All right. Thank you for calling in, Kurt. Let's move to another. We got so many voicemails this week. Let's move to another voicemail.
Yeah.
This is from our friend Barrett, who hold on, let me make sure I got this even open. Barrett, who is your season ticket holder.
I figured, I only know one Barrett. I only know one Barrett. Welcome to the show, my man.
Hold on 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties real quick.
Do you like this spot? This could be your spot. Because this is a commercial ad. And if you'd like to be on here, contact us. The Slapshot Utah. we're selling out because, unfortunately, we're broke.
Sorry, guys. I'm still figuring this shit out. All right, so let's go. We got a voicemail from our friend Barrett. So let's listen to it. Thanks for calling in, Barrett.
What's up, boys? It's Barrett, not Hayden. Finally calling into the show. Leroy's been wanting me to call in for months and months, and I've been meaning to. And then John, I met you on Sunday, so that was sick. Yeah, just figured I would call in. Best thing I've got after going to the 2 home games last weekend and watching as much as I could from the games this week is, man, I love how Weeger thinks on the ice. He knows where the puck should be, and he's really good at getting it there. And honestly, the rest of the team kind of needs to keep up a little bit. But sometimes him throwing the puck puts it in bad spots. We saw that in the Kings game. Give up a bad turnover. Yeah, it's going to happen. I think he did something similar in the game against Washington the other night too. But anyway, I love him. I love how much he fights for this team. I'm so glad that he got a goal the other night. But yeah, I mean, you can tell he loves these boys. He loves this city. He's buzzing. He's in every single scrum. He's chirping guys with the likes of Krauser and McBain. So yeah, love to see him. Love to have him. He'll be great come playoffs. And yeah, just want to give him some love. Love you boys. And yeah, keep it up.
Hell yeah,
John,
Barrett.
Yeah, hell yeah, Barrett. Thanks for calling in. John, did you see the ladies of the Mammoth do their wigs for Weeger down there by the glass?
Loved it.
I
dude.
fucking dig it. They're gonna do. They're gonna do the
say
sheriff
what you want
next.
about the donors. Say what you want to do with the donors. All these. It's exactly what you and me were talking about 5 minutes ago. This is the shit that oh, we want to be accepted by the NHL. This is the cool shit. Wigs for Weeger. They're doing the cowboy theme for the sheriff. The culture is building when in the micro-sized Delta Center, and it'll just grow and expand because there's no stopping it, Leroy. We will take over the NHL culture, and there's nothing stopping these women. And I got to give a shout out to the ladies of the Mammoth. You guys are doing cool shit all the time, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, so McKenzie Weeger has fit himself right into the hearts of the Utah Mammoth fan base and also apparently the club. I agree, Barrett. You know, the leadership you can see just oozing off of this dude. The sixth sense, how quickly the teamwork is coming together. It's the kind of player we were talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's the type of player that is going to make the careers of all these younger players that he's playing with better. He's a benefit not only to the 2026 season, but he's the kind of player that's going to influence all of our younger guys, and he's really going to make his mark on the team. It's like we've said before, that's why we've got a lot of these more experienced guys. Ian Cole just comes off the top of my head. I agree. We want to learn good hockey culture. We want our younger guys to learn what winners, what Stanley Cup contenders play like, how they approach the game, their disciplines, how they handle pressure, And so
100%.
And so look, I think this might be a good, unless we got another call, it might be a good segue into the next section that I want to talk about.
I got 2 more voicemails I want to play.
All right, let's hear it.
What was your next segue? Let's
well,
see if I
my
got
next
a segue
was going to be because I've realized kind of keeping track of how many games we have to lose before people start calling for Bear's head. All right.
Well, that's hilarious that you say that.
It's 2 games, I've noticed, because you can be sitting on top of the world in an overtime win against the Kings, and then you lose against the Edmonton Oilers and the Washington Capitals, and suddenly Andre Tourigny is no longer worth having as a coach, and we're never going to make the playoffs out of him. Everybody chill the hell out. We're cool, right? I think that is the segue that I was hoping would play right into our next call. Yeah,
Well,
John?
funny enough, Coach Bear, our best friend, that's definitely Coach Bear, called
Definitely
in.
Coach Bear.
So let's listen to what Bear has to say to you freaking haters.
Hello, John and Leroy, my friends. This is your good friend, the Bear. Hey, I know that many are calling for the Bear's job. I just say that, me and GMBA are on same page. Bear and GMBA are not on the ice, so we don't put on the uniform and we don't put on the pads. So, the boys can't stay out of the box and whatnot. But hey, anyways, speaking of the boys, I love the boys, just like Mama Bear do too. Karks, Krauser, Boehner, those guys fight for Bear and their team. They so much love those guys, and then they kick and whoop the ass, right? You know, I know the fans, they don't like to lose. None of us really like to lose, do we? So, but maybe those fans, if they had their asses in the chairs a little bit sooner, cheering for the boys, and instead of stuffing their faces with the J Dogs and the beers, maybe the boys would show a little bit more appreciation. You know what I'm saying? But what do I know other than being, the fourth longest tenure coach in the NHL and my other years of other coaching experience, I guess they could see a Barry Melrose or Don Cherry maybe want to come coach, or, Coop, my good friend who want to, sure, he wanted to leave sunny Florida, come to cold Utah and coach and everything, because that's what everybody else called for, right? Speaking of Florida, that's where the newest Patriot is, right? Learn how to fix jets. Yeah, that's my good friend Sean Asanya Cleary. His boy, Sean Boy Joey is a great patriot now. He loves his God, his country, and from what I hear, he loves his bear too. So, he fixed a jet down in Florida for the Navy. But hey, I gotta go. Mama Bear's calling now. Time to feed me before I get grumpy. Grumpy bear makes a grumpy coach. I tell the boys, get your shit straight, stay out of the box, or you're doing gassies no matter what your contract say. Hey, but you'll be here soon too. Caleb and Tig and Cheeks here now, kicking ass. Hey boys, gotta go now. See you later. Bye.
Thanks for calling in, Coach. But he's 100% right. Like, every time we lose, you get on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it is multiple people that I won't say by their Twitter handle. Coach fucking sucks. Get rid of Bear. And then we come out with a 6-2 win on the Kings, and everyone's like, wow, it's great. We should color some eggs for Easter. Coach Bear gets a lot of scrutiny, and just like he said, fourth longest tenure coach. I'm on the Coach Bear wagon. I love him. The stock is up. The stock is up and to the right. It's just we got young players, people. Our GM said right when we acquired the Mammoth, he said, some nights we're gonna look like we're gonna win the Stanley Cup. Other nights we're gonna look like we don't even know how to ice skate. So just have some patience, people.
Hey, and to reinforce a much appreciated, definitely Coach Bear, but to back up caller Sean Cleary, to reiterate, at first I wasn't buying into people not being in their seats, especially in the lower bowl, right? Mid-season, I'm like, all right, we'll cut some people some slack. But hey, we're in the last 8 games here, so if y'all lower bowlers can back away from the hamburger helper and medium well prime rib in the fucking Toyota Club, if you could back away just a few minutes earlier and get your asses down into the seat so we don't look like fucking asshats to the national
100%.
audience, it'd be certainly appreciated. I mean,
100%.
I know you pay a lot of money for that hamburger helper and medium well prime rib, but please maybe just wrap it up a few minutes earlier. Seems
100%.
like the Delta Center should make some kind of a PA announcement of your
100%.
Utah Mammoth are returning to the ice soon. Please return to your seats. But get to your seats, man.
Well, and dude, I touched on it when I visited Dallas to go watch the Dallas Stars game. People, we were lower bowl. I was like row 12 or something. No one left their seats. I was the only one leaving my seat all the time because I drank 75 beers that day. Lone Star Lights, which shout out to Dallas. Lone Star beer is pretty fucking good. I fuck with it. But, dude, I felt like a fucking nuisance getting up and leaving because so many people stayed in their seats. And that barn was packed, Leroy. And this is a Monday night game in Dallas. And it was to the brim, and no one left their seats. You were an anomaly not being in your seat during the intermission.
Do the Mammoth, I mean, not the Maverick, do the Mavericks play in the same building as the Stars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Same
Because I was
setup.
thinking, does this have something to do with, and this is a spitball, because I know some people kind of predicted this. When they opened up season ticket sales, they made a terrible, terrible mistake. They gave the Jazz season ticket holders first crack at them, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
So is part of this
that's not the
Toyota
same-
Club phenomenon? I mean, does this happen at the Jazz games as well?
Guaranteed.
So this is Utah Jazz basketball fan culture that's pervaded
it's
Utah
just
Mammoth culture.
Fan culture in general. And like I get it too, because like I get a lot of people here that are like, "Oh, I'm at the game, let's meet up." And that's cool. I do it. But like there's 20,000 of us that are doing the same thing. So I think we're all meeting at J-Dogs, or we're taking a picture, or like, "Oh, meet us over here, let's go do a picture." And then it's like, "Oh, the game started." Well, whatever. Like we're already out here. And also Ryan Smith, since I know you watch this fucking podcast live all the time, make the beer faster. Make the beer faster. That's what half of us are waiting for while that while that period starts, is I lined up at the start of this intermission. I'm 6 guys away from my beer. I've already been standing here for 20 minutes. Like I want my beer for my third intermission, because once the puck drops, I'm not allowed to buy beer.
Yeah, we need more handles. We need more drafts. We need more beer stands.
Double it up for the hockey. Double it up for the hockey. Let's be honest, Ryan. I know you watch this. We need double the beer stands.
Do you think this bullshit where you can't walk up to the person and say, "I want a J-Dog" anymore, like you have to scan like the thing and order it and wait for it? Like there's these 2 kids standing behind the Far's ice cream stand, and they just stand there and you say, "Can I get 2 mittens?" They say, no, you got to use the code. And then by the time I've used the code, the entire time watching them stare at me, get my thing, and then I finally get it through. And then, surprised, they look over because they've got an order. It's me. And then they say, 2 ice creams, and hand it to me.
Yeah.
The inefficiency is nothing compared to how absolutely fucking inane and crazy the ritual of buying fucking ice cream is at the Delta Center.
It's insane, because it's like, dude, I got $10 in my pocket. Let me get 2 $4 ice creams.
Yeah.
They're like, "No, you need the app. Scan this QR code." Now I got to download the app. Now I got to put my credit card in. Now, and it's like, brother,
COVID
it's been 12
is over.
minutes already. Yeah. If I had to take a piss and wait in line and then come get an ice cream, we're 3 minutes into the second period already.
Yeah, so I don't know what they got to do, but yeah, I mean, it's not the upper bowlers. Let's just be truthful.
The upper bowlers
the problem
are there.
is not the SRO. The problem is down there. There.
Which I get. Like we've said, I get
listen.
it. There's free beer and free food. I get it.
But
You're
I
right.
was at
You're
the
100% right. What they need is the PA system. 2 minutes remaining in the intermission. 2 minutes remaining in the intermission. And then we all go back to our seats.
I mean, I appreciate that you can drink your ass into oblivion, right? If you just want to pay for your $300 Mammoth ticket and sit in the Delta Center and drink beers, right? If that's your revenge against paying for $16 beers for 2 seasons straight, then have at it. But I don't know. We've got to figure something, at least here in the last 10 games, at least during the playoffs. Like, it's not J-Dogs and hot summer nights, people. This is real playoff hockey. Let's get the playoff atmosphere. Let's get the intensity going. Let's fucking go.
Well, so like you said, Lee, there's 8 games left, people. There's 8 games on schedule. We only have 2 games this next week on Thursday and Saturday. Yeah. It is down to the final countdown. And you know what? I will say this before we go into our predictions or whatever we're going. I am very proud of this young Mammoth team. This young Mammoth team has showed us a lot more than what we predicted at the very beginning 5 months ago when you and me started this shitty podcast. That I'm very proud of them, but we're also not out of the weeds. We need to get these wins. We need the wild card 1 spot. We do not stand a chance against the Central Division winner. Let's just be 100% real with you people. Now, are we going to have to face the Central Division winner eventually? Yes, but I think a first round, even pushing it to 7 games, would be a lot for these young kids. So, Leroy, going into these next 8 games, who are the major factors in your opinion who need to step up their game to show that we actually have a shot in a playoff run in the next, let's say, 3 years?
Well, over the next 3 years, not this season.
Yeah, because this season we're not winning the Stanley Cup, people. But we need. Who do you think needs to step up and show some like encouraging like play for you to say, okay, next year or the year after, we might have a shot at getting Lord Stanley in the Great Salt Lake?
Okay, well, I think signing Nick Schmaltz and seeing this team, this unit, what remains of the Arizona Coyotes. This says that they haven't been to the playoffs since 2012, right?
Mhm.
This is a
Oh,
new
really?
experience. Yeah,
I
2012.
thought it was like
I think
2016 or something.
I think 2012 was the last playoff experience. I believe
Sorry,
that's what it
Buck. We
was.
love you, Buck. But
Here, look at it while I'm talking. Look it up on your. Oh, you've got here. I'll look it up.
I'll look it up. No, I
yeah,
got
look
it
it
right
up.
here.
Okay, look it up and see if I'm right on that. But what I'm getting at is that hey, I saw Money Puck today. I saw that it's a 96% chance that we're going to make the playoffs. But what I was really interested was it said there was a 47% chance of us making it to the second round. Do you know how wicked awesome that would be? Well, that would be the bonus. Because I really have to look at this. You've got to temper your expectations. I think this is the dress rehearsal. I think this is the year, which is why, to go back to what definitely Bear was saying, why Bear is definitely the guy for the job right now, even if you only think he's a developmental type, coach until we get some field general in there. This is the dress rehearsal, I think. This is where we find out, we get our taste, see what it tastes like, the taste of victory, the taste of the playoffs. It's where we get some playoff experience. It's where we make that assessment. What are we going to need to see from the playoffs? We're going to need good goaltending. I think if we can play, I mean, the Kings aren't a great team.
We could push the Kings. We could push the Kings. Also, I don't want to be like the condescending corrector, but the last time the Coyotes went to the playoffs was the 2019-2020 season.
Oh, okay. Oh, the COVID season. That's right.
The COVID season.
That's right.
They won the qualifying rounds.
Okay, so it's been sooner than then. Okay, so
yeah,
at any rate,
but we do have a chance at the Kings, and like you said, dude, to get Cooley, to get Gunner. Dude, even to get Veggie some playoff experience because this isn't the push this year. This isn't the push. The push this year is to get that experience and to become to show that we have some home barn hope is what I'm hoping, is that when the playoffs come, we become what I always say, the Dallas Stars 99% barn. That's what we're going to need. But before anything, I got one more voicemail I want to play. Thank you guys so much for calling in. This is probably the most voicemails we got in 1 week. So let's do it. Can you see it? Let's go.
Hey, fucking Utah Hawk here, hungover as a son of a bitch. But this message goes out to all the Bear haters, which is right. I've always said if he doesn't make the playoffs this year, he should be fired. But for all the crap he gets, he didn't have a team meeting, he didn't have practice, we're losing because of it. Give him his props when his props were due. He adjusted the line, said, we whooped the Kings' ass on No Kings Day. Also, for all those bitching about the playoff ticket prices, first of all, you're lucky to have them if we do make the playoffs. Fucking buy them. Sell 1 or 2 of the games and go to one for free because they're going to be the hottest fucking ticket in town, morons. And then third, fucking thank you, Biz Nasty, Tyson Nash. It was so fun to see all the pictures motherfuckers were taking in the Delta Center fucking the other night when Biz was in town, rocking my bandana that I gave him one of only 3. So shout out Biz Nasty, shout out Slapshot Utah, and quit fucking whining, motherfuckers, on the road to the playoffs, baby. Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Brandon. Dude, straight up, dude. That got me fired up, dude. Dude, Brandon's 100% right. Dude, fuck that. I told Meg we're going to the Winnipeg and St. Louis game, and she was like, "Should we go to the Carolina game?" I go, No, because we're saving our money, and I don't give a fuck how much that first playoff game is when the
You gotta
NHL
get there,
playoffs
baby.
are in downtown Salt Lake City at the fucking Delta Center. I'm going to be in there, and I won't be able to talk the next day because I'm going to be going so fucking hard for this team. I'm so pumped, Leroy. Like, dude, that's why we need to lock it up these last 8 games, boys. Let's lock it up. We need that wild card one because we will beat the Kings or the Ducks in a playoff series, I believe.
And how freaking cool is it that Paul Bizionet, the Biz, like, is in our barn with our dude, the real pride of Utah, the real mascot of Utah Mammoth hockey. Like, our dude, Brandon Hockenberry, rubbing elbows with Biz, man. Like,
That's what we want.
Yeah, we love it.
Well, it's all bringing it back around to people. Quit trying to be corporate. This is what it's about. This is the organic growth of the Mammoth fandom. And which I'll just segment this into another cool announcement I have for you people. Now, have you guys heard of this little thing called the Salt Lake Tribune? Well, if you're listening to this right now, tomorrow online and Wednesday in the print, Slapshot Utah, along with Brandon and our friend Austin over at SLC Puck, will be featured in the front page of the sports article in the Salt Lake Tribune, talking about watch parties and the organic culture we have helped cultivate in the Salt Lake City Valley. And I'm so proud of you, Leroy. I'm so proud of everybody that's ever been participating in any of this stuff. Dude, we're growing in it. We're not going to be accepted. Just accept that we're not going to be accepted and go hard. Wear the t-shirts. Fly the cum rags around in the air because the Mammoth are coming to the playoffs, whether you like it or not.
Dude, I can't speak to that. You just nailed it 100%. Like, I can't be any happier these playoffs are going to happen unless there's some kind of terrible, colossal collapse, which ain't going to happen on our watch. We're not only going to get through the first round, we're going to kick the crap out of the Anaheim Ducks in the first round, and then we'll take on whoever in the second round. We're going to make a push, baby. I'm so fucking fired up, I can't even shit right.
Right. Yeah, same. Dude, I'm fired up. Now, we got 2 games coming up. One against the Kraken, the other against Vancouver. If we don't win, like, okay, I tweeted out today, I hope we just can play away games because apparently we know how to score 6 goals on away games. These should be money in the bag, right? This is barbecue chicken. If we should beat these 2, and then we got a 6-game stretch with 5 games at home. Dude, I'm really proud of these boys. I couldn't be more excited to see what comes out of it. I think they're locked in. I'm with Brandon on that too, and I'm with definitely Coach Bear. This isn't his fault. These are young kids learning how to do good things in high pressure situations.
Hey,
and I think we got it.
Isn't his fault. Is it? Let's talk about what we're doing here. We're the number 1 wild card spot. Like, we're sitting on top of it like a golden
in the
egg,
hardest
baby.
division. In the hardest division. If we were in the Pacific, we'd be the number 1.
With a gang of young guys and come on. Our dude is doing fine. Bear is doing fine. I just love it. Wouldn't it be delicious to nab that first playoff series? It would be really sweet. And I agree with the opponents that look like might be coming in, whether it's the Ducks or the Oilers, even possibly, or the Knights. Gosh, that would be probably the preferable. The Knights aren't quite the Knights they've been in the past. So whoever it is, tuss up, baby. We're gonna keep on rolling.
Well, hell yeah, Leroy. It's been a pleasure to talk with you as always. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let's show some support this week. Also, I'm going to send out a challenge to all listeners, all Slapshot family out there. Give a compliment to a stranger one day. I did it yesterday, and honestly, it made my life a lot better. We got to spread some more love in this crazy world, and we can also do that through the hockey community. So thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Slapshot Utah. We'll see you next week for Easter Sunday. God bless America. God bless you. And let's go Mammoth.